right
Okay.
about now.
All
If
right.
you subscribe to the Zoom, you should get a personal. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, you should get a personal notification.
Okay. All right then. So let's see what we have here. All right. I would like to confirm if you can see my screen over there.
Mm, let's see. Yes, Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, yeah, good to see. All right then. All right. So can I go ahead?
Yes, you can. You can.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. If you are just joining, and for those that will probably catch up with the recordings later. So I want to welcome you all for today's live session. So today we are going to be having the general market outlook, and the outlook is just a view of what to expect in the current week. And I will take my time to explain certain things that we can be expecting from the market this week, right? So I want us to get prepared and be ready for it. So first thing is I want us to start with DXY. Okay, anytime it's time for us to check news, you always know I check DXY first. Okay, I like to check the DXY first. You can even see. Um, hold on. All right. So currently now the DXY is going to be going all the way up. This is the target I have for DXY. I have this major I as my target. And the reason for that is, you see, price actually made a certain reaction some weeks back, like the likes of Eagle USD, Pound USD, they all just started buying at some point last. That was like few that should be like last week or so. This was it. This particular was started buying and all of that. And everyone thought the market was about to reverse, like the old trend that has been going down for a long time. Probably that was the time for it to reverse and all. But I knew that price wasn't ready to reverse yet, because DXY is the one that determines all these other foreign currencies. And if DXY is not giving us a proper change, for example, personally, look at what happened on DXY. This is a certain eye, a major eye for that matter. This particular eye here, let me just place it as a buy side liquidity. Okay, this eye is a buy side liquidity. And when price go to that eye, price actually closed above it, which normally that indicates continuation. And indication that indication alone means that price will likely continue going higher. That's the meaning. But last week Monday, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it was on Monday, right? This bearish candle, market just started going down. So that bearish movement that happened last week, I was actually indicating something else, which is price could actually be doing a fake out above this high. So this high here, we had a questionable reason to say that maybe price wanted to just do a fake breakout. Okay, most times price can close above a high, and the next candle that immediately comes back to close below is the one that shows the fake out. So when this happens to, in some cases, we call it a fake out. And that fake out means that market has want to do a manipulation there. Okay, so that that is given. Now currently we have DXY pushing up, and I don't know, the network is breaking or something. Okay, we have Buki and Steve on the call right now. So can you just mute yourself so that we probably that if you
Yeah, I've
can.
muted them. I've muted them. Continue. Sorry.
All right, no problem. So we have continuation on DXY for the week. So currently, you can see I still have DXY to continue being bullish. Okay, I still expect DXY to be bullish for some time. So that means the likes of Euro USD, they are going to be bearish, right? They are going to be bearish. I'm not seeing any displacement. So Euro USD now, look at what we have on Euro USD. So we can catch the move. Currently, this is what we have. Euro USD at one of my trigger for my own setup is whenever I have a raid on liquidity, right? You know, the inducement, once there's a raid on liquidity for a MSS, so that for me, is a trigger, right? It's a trigger for me. So look at this. So currently on this one, Euro USD here. So this happened there. Look at this. This is the trigger I'm talking about. Price taking out a buy side liquidity. Can you see that? So price at the rate of a buy side. This is the break of structure. So when I see that alone, like whenever I just see this one alone, say price has taken out buy side liquidity and then is breaking structure to the downside. Yeah, once I just see those triggers, I already know that what there's a range here to be traded, no doubt. So it's either price wants to now maybe that one he wants to have inducement or it's just going to come straight to the POI. You know, that can happen. Anyone that wants to happen, I know what to do. So here now this is the parameter, right? And I have a rate on liquidity, a BOS. So definitely price should make a push up, Abby. So here this is our internal range. That's the last imbalance there. Remember, internal range liquidity, we are talking about imbalance, right? The fair value gaps, the liquidity void, the internal liquidity inducements, and the likes. They are the ones we call internal range liquidities. Even our POIs are even internal range liquidities too. So, and currently now, you see what price did. Price mitigated that level, which is this current level right here. And let's see if we are going to, because now this is the target on Euro USD. We're expecting Euro USD to go and create a new low, right? We're expecting a new low to be created on Euro USD. So let's verify if we are going to be having that now, or maybe price still wants to have a final push to the upside before going down, right? Let's check, let's check, let's check. So I want us to verify that. It's very important. 1 hour. So currently now I have something like this. And before then, look at the trigger itself, the setup site on this area here. I have this particular pattern here that is indicating to me that normally there's a system that would trade, which is this one's SH, inducement, and then POI. So this is a setup on its own that we like to trade as well. Okay, we like to trade this certain model. Okay, in the case whereby after seeing a raid on liquidity, especially during reversals, after seeing a raid on liquidity, you know, buy side liquidity taking, internal inducements present. So we want to see price movement. So for me, even before price even got to this BOS, for a very long time, I actually had my eyes on this level as a place I want to sell Euro USD from. So this was the inducement at that point. So even when price was buying like this last week, my eyes was like price just push to this area so I can sell it perfectly from that point all the way down. Do you get me now, right? So that was like my own expectation of where I want to buy. But that wasn't all again. I also had another level at this point. That was why you see I just extended that line. I also had on that one because we also have internal range liquidity here. This is our internal range liquidity here. Can you see that? We call that internal range liquidity. So we also have that one here. And that internal range liquidity means that's fair value gap. I've mentioned that. Okay, so while I'm expecting price to go higher here, price will only go higher here if there's still a reason. So it's not about pattern. It's about what is driving price and why price must go there. For example, if there's an unmitigated level or maybe an internal range liquidity above here that price still needs to go and mitigate, They know how price will find its way there no matter how long, right? But clearly, like clearly in our eyes, there's no imbalance above here. It seems as if price has forgotten that area. There's no more imbalance there, right? Although on the lower time frame, I think I can still find a reason. So there's no imbalance here currently. So that might be a reason for price. And now price has mitigated internal range. So it must be going for the low. So we have two possible action plans to do here. And at the same time, other traders too are buying at the moment, right? Some people are also buying from here. And according to the webinar we did last night, for those that joined the webinar we did last night, you guys would have learned a certain system that we have been taught. The system actually says that anytime you have a set, now we have what a counter setup like this. Let me just quickly do this. Hold on. We have a counter setup like this. See, a raid on liquidity, that's sell side, right? And we have a POI there, and we have internal liquidity. So with all like everything here checks out that price is going to buy. For those if you joined the session that we did last night webinar, this particular thing will so much be clear to you. And according to what we did, right, we explained that what we have here is a simple like it's like the inverse of what is here now. So we have this on 1 hour, and as a forex trader, what you do is you know how to define your setup. So currently now, if I'm defining my setup here now, being on this bullish side, I am very right. If I want to buy from this place, I am very right. But there's something now that has been altered, and that is what we did yesterday, where we talked about the source of your pullback. So this setup here is valid, like extremely valid. However, look at where price is coming from. This is now the thing that makes our setup a questionable, right? From what we did last night, anytime you have a setup like this, very, very good and valid, always check where your setup is coming from or where your pullback is coming from, which is a retracement. For example, now look at this one. Why the price, after breaking structure here, why the price come back here and still work? Look to the left hand side. Let's take a look at the left hand side here. Was there anything of value? Let me check. Let's check, because that's one of the things that you must always do. So on the left hand side here, we actually have a thing of value, which is a supply zone, which means this particular move that was coming back also, it was coming back because of a rate. See now, price was mitigating a supply and also taking out liquidity. Hence, the reason why you need extra confirmation before you buy here. Price will not just come here in this a single leg and you buy. You see what price did? Price also took out liquidity. So that taking of liquidity is the one that counters the effect of where price is coming from here, right? That's the one that has countered the effect of that move. I hope I'm making sense there. So this counter effect, this particular pullback now that is coming from a raid on liquidity and a mitigation. The reason why your POI here will work is because of the fact that price has taken out liquidity also. You see, clearing out internal sell side before can go and break this high. Okay, so for those that do not know, liquidity is the only one that can break liquidity. If you have a rate of a high like this and price is coming down, if price just come down with a V-shaped reversal like this, price will not break this high. Or should I say price is not expected to break this high. You can see this now. You can see this is a strong high currently, because after price takes out liquidity, that high becomes a strong high. So whenever you see a V reversal, this is what we call V now, normal V reversal, the price just starts coming back to that area. It no go break am. It can touch here and cool down again. But if price is coming down this time and that's also taking out liquidity also, so you see, we send fire to fire, it cannot go ahead and break this one, because it's now coming from also a raid on liquidity. So always put that at the back of your mind, okay? And we move on to the chart currently. So currently now, are we going to be buying Euro USD or not? Yes, we are going to buy, but we are not buying with instant execution. According to the model shared yesterday, we are going to be using a confirmation entry at this point. So For Euro USD traders, guys, we have something to do. Now, since price is not yet at our POI, according to the strategy even taught last night, as long as you see price reacting from a questionable source, you will take that sell. Oh. You will catch all the sells that the market is presenting until you get to this point, right? So this currently now, all the sales that were presented here, they are opportunities that you could have capitalized on. So currently now, if you have not been capitalizing on sales, this is what you should have been doing. So right now, let's see. I have a zone here, and this is a POI. So if Euro USD before gets to my POI, will be generous enough to make this kind of pullback, or probably if it makes an inducement before this neckline here, I'll be more than glad to sell Euro USD still. So right now, what we need to do is we are currently still selling Euro USD until we get to the buy POI, right? So we are reacting from what we are taking that sell as a reaction from our source of our pullback here. So that sell we are taking right now is a reaction based on this. So when price gets to our demand zone now, we are still going to do what? We are still going to verify further. When I mean verify further, that means we want to use confirmation entry. If price gets here and give us that confirmation, we will buy. So we are buying again from that point again to we'll buy from there to this previous high again. So chicken, it's not that difficult. The plan has been defined and is already clear. So this is what we do on Euro USD. Let me check the likes of pounds USD. What can we do on that one? So let's see what we can do on this one. Now this one actually gave me what I was looking for. I think it's on GBP USD on FXCM. That one gave me what I was looking for. See, can you see? I didn't take the trade though. Like that's even the funny thing. You can say I marked the same thing because the same time that Euro USD was doing his own like this, that was the same time that pounds USD was doing his own like this, a failure swing, right? So I knew that for me now, you can still remember that I had this particular one on Euro US that I want to sell Euro USD from this high, from that major high. But for this one here, I had it that I want to sell because I want to add inducement. So this particular one now went far. So the same that Euro USD should have done for me. Now this buy now, I'm not going to be taking this buy because this one now you see it's coming from the place I wanted to come from actually. So nothing won't stop this one, nothing won't stop her. Price is going to go to the low. If I want to even use that now to frame what should happen on Euro USD, I will tell you that that buy on Euro USD that we marked is a joke. But even though it's a joke, according to the model that says we should only trade with even this one too, I think we have something like that too here too now. Look at it. We have what's it called? A grab on liquidity, a MSS. We have it now. We have it here. So price is coming down currently, and I think we have it. So currently now a similar model too is on this one. See, I even like this one. A similar model. See now a sweep on liquidity, a sell side liquidity swept. Okay, that's what I call it. So a sweep of liquidity here. This is internal liquidity here, and price at the POI. So and look at the source of the pullback. Price is coming from where? It's coming from a raid on liquidity. Hence, your continuation is going to be a problem. If price will be buying from here, you buy it confirmation entry. But based on what I'm expecting, at least market structure wise now, we are expecting price to go for this our range low. So the buy is definitely not a thing that will survive this move. But let's just see what market does. Don't assume you react. So that is Euro USD and pounds USD for you. So can you now see? It's a very simple and definitely like a very straightforward method of trading. Whenever you have your setup and you check the source of the pullback, the source always have an information is passing, right? Without that, we are just joking here. Without that, we're just joking. So always check the source of your pullback. It's always going to give you an edge over other traders. Okay, so that is. I think I will just round up with these two guys here. But let me see if there's any other setup I have. I think we have something on pounds JPY as a last week. Yes, as a last week, I had something on pounds JPY. US 100 should be delivering my target already, but that one is doing nonsense. But all the same, you can still catch a trade to that target. So this is what we had on US 100 and US oil rather. So on US oil last week, we had this move. Can you see? Price taking out a low, a range low, a candle range low here, and also tapping into internal range liquidity. See this gap here is internal range. We call it fair value gap now. So as price tap into that level, that means it's clearing out a sell side, which happens to be a previous day low. So if price takes a previous day low, it's going to be targeting a previous day high, right? So and this high is the one I take as a target. So on lower time frame, after seeing a sweep on liquidity, we have formulated a setup, right? That okay, once there's a grab on liquidity and the target has been defined as well, all we need to do is we trade towards that direction following structure. So I gave two entries on this one last week. So the entry one was based on this. See, this was the entry one. You see, anytime you are trading MSN now, for those that trade MSN now, right? Malaysian support and resistance. MSNR has strategy, that's its own structure. Its own structure is different from normal market structure that we are familiar with before. Or just our own, it's different though. So that's, you see what I placed. This was my entry for that one because the structure of MSN now is what you are seeing here. All this tiny high and low, they are structure. So here now, this is a low, this is a high. So that means even though I know that price has left behind something behind here, I will still be following this time tag. See, for example, now this line, let me put a line here. You realize that there's even a possibility that that line is what price came to mitigate. You see it. Wetin I talk. See now that line na price. So if you are thinking there's a kinikon below here, that's the one price is coming for. You are joking, because price will still keep on maintaining this his own tiny structure like this. So that was why I marked this low. That's a V-shaped reverse level as the entry, right? That we are going to get our entry on that V reversal. And however, my target was this high. Like I was using that one to target the main high here, the final target here. But when price got there, there was a rejection. See, price is not close above here, so that's what we call a rejection. That indicates something also like jackpot. That's the meaning. So it was price now finally came to the main one. So I called this buy and I called this one as well. This one was in the night, and currently price is playing out all the way. Is about to reach. So any small thing. Okay, let me check the lower time frame now. Okay, like I said, look at it. This is on that V-shaped key level here. And I think we already have a rejection. Now we have a rejection. So that means I can go straight to the 3 minutes and find the trade. There's no this thing on dailies, but I can use this. So right now on what was that guy called? On US 100, we can actually be getting a buy from here to go higher. Remember, our target is still this main high, so we're only just trying to catch the remaining one to that point. So that's it on US oil. Then I guess pounds JPY also, that one needs to get to my target as well. Although the target has been made, the CRH has been met, we are just looking for it to go and do extra. Let me use that word extra. So on CRT range for pounds JPY, see what we add. So initially, I've explained this setup as a last week. See, total soup of a low. This is the low, Abby. Price took out a low here, a candle range low. That means it must go for this candle range high. Now, the question is, why did price still come back to this low again? That's the reason, because at the time price was going up, like at the time price was already sent on the mission to go up and go to this candle range high. Everything we should be doing there is buying towards that high. So why the price now still go back to this low again? That's a question that I want us to check and answer. And of course, the answer is right in front of us here, and you will see it. And that was because price formed a counter to frequency. Internally, as price dey travel dey go the target, see wetin price do again, do under top soup inside. So that one too has to go for, you can see that one is candle range high taking here. Price should go for the candle range low. So when price go to the candle range, you see that price is not close below the candle range low. The one, that one just did that ashejù with the price just went all the way down here for no reason. So on pounds JPY, the target I have is this high to still be met, right? But we already have a really complex thing right now. Okay, we already have something really complex. So right now on pounds JPY, let's just check what is, because let me go back. A certain I2 has been taken here too. This candle I here has been taken as well. Price did not close above it, and that was on Friday. So if that I2 has been taken, are we going to see price displacing lower? So this is on daily. So I'll go to 15 minutes to go and confirm. Okay, daily CLT, you enter on 15 minutes. So last thing I do for my confirmation is this. I refine my TS. So this is the eye of that particular day, and this is the turtle soup above it. So this is a T. What day was this? This was on Wednesday. So Wednesday high. On Friday, see what price it now. Price did not close above it. So that means there's a rate above Wednesday high. That means a buy side liquidity has been taken and price should go for the sell side. So how do we enter it? We wait for a shift in structure. So currently on this lower time frame here, we already have that shift. And so I think sales, we are on sales now. We are now on sell on this guy. We are now on sell because we already have all this displacement now. See now price don displace on that day already. So on for today now, this is the level that I would have been looking to enter. See, I told you now you follow the structure there. So this I, this A shape key level now would have been the level I want to enter this trade, or maybe this higher one here. That would have been the place I'm looking to enter the trade. And you can see, just imagine the price has this. So what you are seeing here is a rejection, and that rejection has a meaning. So on the lower time frame, like all today, oh, like for you from now on, just go and we don't miss the trade actually. Oh, like I've missed the opportunity myself too, because this is a beautiful one now. See, it's a beautiful one. Let me see. Mhm. Beautiful. So on what's it called now? On pounds JPY currently, look for sales. And let me show you where we are going to sell it from again. I already have an idea of where to sell it from again. Yes, I've seen it. This is it. So when I say look for sales, we have a break of structure right now, and I have a place to sell it from. So I have two possible areas to sell from. Normally, okay, do you get like this is now the structure? Like, I mean, lower low, lower high, lower low. So this one is QML. Okay, the price failed this high now. There's a break above this key level and before going down. So currently, this high is where I'll place my sell limit on what's that guy called on pounds JPY. So what's the target? Because we must define the target. So if this high is the one that formed this low, so as price has taken out this high now, price will go for the origin, which is the source, this low. So right now, if I'm taking a sell on pounds JPY here, I'm taking that sell to this low. Do you get? So guys, be on the lookout. We are selling pounds JPY from that high to this low. Okay. So this is my analysis on pounds JPY, and I'm very certain we are going to have price giving us this delivery. Just be open, like open your eyes, shine your eyes. See now, this eye is even is a protected eye too. It's a protected eye. So all we need to just do is to get an entry. So let me check on, you see, that area is like even like the last, or that's the other block itself too. So just don't panic about it. You can, and again, that's it still hasn't balanced there. So that means if price can make that, that deep pullback into that level, we shop out from there all the way down to our target. So that is what we need to do. That's how you trace it out actually. So guys, that is going to be all for today for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow on. Okay, so let's see. Let me stop sharing my screen now. Hold on. All right, look, has my screen been showing before? Because I think I was seeing blank screen here.
It has been sharing actually. It just unshared it now.
Okay, okay, thank you. All right, guys, so thank you for having me.
All right, guys. So that was a very wonderful outlook from the man himself, Puppy Joe. So he took his time, broke down a couple pairs, GU, EU, US oil and the likes, right? So if you have been following all he has been teaching so far, you should know that you should be with your trading view also. So you mark out these levels on your chart. So if it resonates with what you feel, then I mean you're good to go. You can as well um, wait for those setups to play out, and then you take it and make money for yourself. All right. So this is like an outlook, and this outlook is proudly sponsored by Handtech Markets, right? Handtech Markets is one of the leading prop firms out there. Handtech Prop Firms is one of the leading prop firms out there where you scale up your account size, you make money for yourself, and then all you just have to do is just to follow the instructions, the rules. As far as you follow the rules, you should be good. Now there are different packages, different products that Huntech Market offers. So all you just have to do is find the one that suits your trading style and suits your expertise, and then you go for it. And your capital, of course, ranging from 5K to as big as 200K and thereabout. Now there are also the instant funded, instant light, and the enhanced X accounts where you do not need to go through any stages, any challenge phases. You just get a life straight life account. But then all you just need to do, like I said, is stick to the rules. As far as you're sticking to the rules, trust me, you'll be good. So if you want to take advantage, and of course there are many incentives that comes every day, as well as the one on ground that lasts for like a month or so. I'm talking about the promo codes and all that, where you can get some form of discounts on your purchase. So you do not pay the full price, you just pay a certain percentage of the price, and then you have still the same account. The main thing is just that you're saving some money for yourself, so you're not paying the full price. So the link and everything you need to know is on the Dr. Bill's Telegram channel. Make sure you're there, or the official Dr. Bill's Telegram channel. Make sure you're there. That's where you get all the info you need, as well as other info about the Dr. Bill's Academy. Right, so I'll be bringing in Kenny. Can you hear me? Unmute yourself if you can hear me. Kenny, can you hear me? Sorry, minutes, guys. Let me just quickly confirm if the supposed next tutor can hear me or is available. All right, so guys, just like Papa Joe said earlier, this is an outlook section. Um, Today is Monday, the start of a new week. Now I know a lot of people have been complaining about this month so far. The March has been terrible, terrible price
Okay, I'm still
action,
active.
terrible price action. And I was calling you earlier, you weren't saying anything. Oh, terrible price action and all that. So all you just need to do is trade very carefully, very very carefully. Do not risk too much of your account on any trade. You just have to take it slow and steady. Kenny, are you there now?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, so you can share your screen and let's proceed.
Okay. All right.
Not yet. You're not sharing yet. No. Yeah, I think I can see it now.
Right. So my network is a bit slow. I don't know why. Alright, so today um looking at bearish. We've been having a market movement and due to the war going on. So basically, let's check what we're going to be having. Okay, so currently, okay, you can see this is was ADUSD. We had a short right here. You can see this was from last week, and another down very low because of the market itself from what this is what we want to do. So far, so far, I've been dropping traffic as what now right. So, at top, see that major form low. The drop to the down. Now this level has been what that's out to the downside. We can mark out here. How I got the lower target first. So here, here, so it's now we come back from this area. So that if we're going to even use our so right here, around this area, right. That. So we are looking for the extreme high that will cause the initial wave to downside in the movement. Um, but the sweep to the level is going to take up and then giving up for the downside. So as still following this direction to the down, and the price is still bearish. So we want to look for patterns that would give us what to give us reason to this side right here. So this is how ADS is going to be looking. So let's see GBP USD. So I'll do like 3 GBP USD. So on GBUSD here now, you can call see. Okay, let me clear this out. So on the 4 hours time frame, right here. So in this case now, you can see how price has been reacting. So on the higher time frame, basically like around the daily, you see that we are currently around this level. This is the range, and this is the range low right here. So this is only going to be visible on the higher time frame, but you can clearly see that we are 300 previous, right? From highs and lows, highs and lows. So if you want to narrow things down to 4 hours, we currently have this level taken out. Right? We have the sweep, and from that sweep now, the low that caused the sweep, this is the level, right? And this is right, was for the dollar. We are going. So since we're dropping, yeah. So right here now, you can see that in order for price to drop, we have to buy towards the extreme right here on the 30 minutes. So in this case now, we're expecting a buy to sell for this. We can clearly see that on the lower time frame here, on 30 minutes, we have here break of structure. So this is our entry right here for us. So currently that's where price. Oh, you see now price already even reacting from that level. Here you can see that. Ooh, it's already happening. You can see that's already happening. So this belongs now from this point. We're expecting to buy for this area to sell. So far so good. I don't know. I think there's a news happening and it's reacting. So far so good. I think there's a news happening right now, La. As the price react to this level. When you few minutes, price is a lot. Price where this is about to move. It moved so fast. It was too fast for us to take.